70 trillion diseases.
Some say it grew from our malice and indifference.
I need to find a new art guy.
Some say it was retribution from the heavens. All we know
Look at you
is
set it
the
all fancy with your
pandemic
art
began somewhere. Somewhere
need to find
cursed,
new art guy.
dark, and filled with sorrow.
Play simple.
Future generations
I don't know
will
what kind of stuff you're
wonder
looking
how
for,
it
but
all
my
started.
fiance does.
We will
good
tell
stuff.
them the infection began with
They can totally hear
PodcastZERO.
You kind of need to do that. I would love to see your fiance making some stuff. Cause I really like what she made. It's awesome.
Well, that about sucked. I had it muted, and I'm like, oh, it's muted. And they're like, oh, shut up, we're trying to watch the thing. And I'm like, oh, I guess they can hear you.
Whatever.
Oh, well.
Professionals.
We're so pro.
We got this.
Hello, and welcome, everybody, to PodcastZERO and H1Z1 discussion. There will be absolutely zero fucking gameplay tonight, so enjoy that.
What? I came here for H1Z1 gameplay. Get out.
There will be
It's
none.
great.
We're just going to actually talk about it.
Yep.
On in itself.
Dude, talking?
Yeah, with words and things.
Ooh.
So, hey, everybody, we got Sergeant Stockus tonight, Mr. Satellizer, Miss Skylatron, Toby the Tobrand, Ernwood, and Tangent. 3 out of these people have played H1Z1. Which 3 are they?
It might be the ones with the hats.
Be the ones with the hats that say H1Z1.
I've
The rest of us are
actually
just
never
posers.
played H1Z1.
We're just posers.
I just killed the guy who played it and stole his hat and shirt.
That's fair.
Special shout out to our buddy Daddio, who was the very first person to ever kill Ko in H1Z1.
Oh, he killed Ko?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Live
Ooh.
on the stream.
Yeah.
He's like, who's this Daddio guy? He just killed me.
Rex.
Awesome. Hello. Everyone likes your top hat, Stockus.
Well,
It's a
why
classy top hat.
why wouldn't they?
Okay, everybody, so how the show works is we're going to sit around and talk about H1Z1. Sometimes the devs show up. They're probably a little hungover still. SOE has a no-liver policy. They don't like their employees to actually own a liver. They do everything they can to kill it. So, oh, there's Daddio. That would be you, Daddio. Special props, Daddio. You're the first person to ever kill Ko live on this.
Yeah, Stockus is the new Total Biscuit.
He is Total Biscuit. Say something British and funny.
Say something about tea.
What? Hang on.
He's Googling something.
Yeah. How's about them sausages, what? Yeah.
What?
That was
Jolly good.
precisely correct.
Yeah, say
Yes.
say something Monty Python or something. Be funny, man.
Amuse us, monkey.
All right. Yes. So what we want you guys to do is while we're chatting here, talking about the game, you write in the chat in brackets. You say the word "question" in brackets so that we can see that, and our chat monkey will gather up all of those questions and put them into the chat. We'll answer them as best we can. Of course, like I said, the devs do sometimes show up, and if they show up, then they can answer the questions for us because we don't know everything, and they do because they're devs. So, how you guys doing? Let's see. Okay, so Skyla. Best thing about SOE Live. Go.
SOE Live is great. SOE Live is probably the best convention I've ever been to, so it's really hard to pick a best. And if you are a fan of any SOE properties, you should just go, because it's amazing!
And that's how you lost your voice.
And that's how
I couldn't really hear you. Can you speak up a little
That's
bit?
about as good
I
as
will
you
kill
got.
you. I will kill you.
Tell them about the shower.
Wow. We may or may not. This is not H1Z1 related at all, but we did cram 13 people into my shower.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like a world record or something?
All
It
naked.
totally was.
Probably.
Yeah. We were not. We were not naked.
Just
It was a
they
naked shower.
They were
party.
all naked shower, and they were covered in honey.
Yep.
Yep.
Skyla has a predilection for honey.
Powerful.
Look at her go. There she goes at the bear again.
Putting a bear in my mouth.
Giggity.
Giggity. All right. So anyway, Satellizer, go. SOE Live, best thing ever.
SOELIVE was, in fact, the best thing ever. That's the only convention you can go to where you've got devs buying you drinks and then eating breakfast with you and cursing next to you and all that awesome stuff. They really, try to communicate and get to know their community there. And it was awesome. It was a just terrific experience.
One of the cool things, and I have to blame Omid for this, is they are really, really, really supportive of Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's other companies that we follow that we do shows for, like Cloud Imperium Games, for example. Okay, they get Twitch. They get that Twitch is probably cool, but they don't really do a great job at streaming on Twitch. And if you look at like 2 or 3 of the main people from even Landmark, including Omid and Dave Georgeson, they both stream. They get streaming. They get why it works, what it's all about, how it's a marketing tool for them, and they get that. So I think it's kind of cool to see a company that's so supportive of the streamers and letting you guys stream while you were out there was killer.
It's probably a numbers thing for that. I mean, Twitch has been around for a number of years, but it's still basically in its infancy and is just starting to hit its boom.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, to a lot of developers, it's millions of viewers versus billions on YouTube. So more of them now are starting to realize that, yeah, this is actually a thing and is not going away. So it's worth actually investing in.
Yeah. Tolbrand, best thing.
Best thing was probably just meeting everyone. Like, you could walk down and talk to like 8 different people and still not talk to everyone you want to. Like, there's so many people there that are just so awesome, so cool. And
Did you
if I
sign
say
any
hi-
autographs?
I did, actually.
Right.
I signed someone's posters for EverQuest.
Oh, awesome.
No, but I wish, but no. I signed their poster, and they were really happy about it, so I was like, I officially have fans. I feel so
that's
cool.
awesome, man. That is really great.
Is the original dev team for like the original EverQuest working on next?
There are some that are, yeah.
There are some, yeah.
I would have wanted to hug one of them because that's like my childhood. That's what
Right,
started me
exactly.
out in gaming.
What are we doing? Furiously masturbating on her. I'm not supposed to tell them. That's the thumping noise that they're hearing.
Whoops.
Tobin, I have to say something. I haven't talked to
Yeah?
you in a while since we kind of took a break from our EverQuest thing, which is coming
Yeah.
back this week, by the way, for those of you who are concerned. Your mic,
Yes.
much better.
I know, right?
You
I
sound
actually
sexy.
got a proper mic.
Yes, really good.
Well, I've always sounded sexy, okay?
Well, yeah, but you were talking through a webcam before or a headset.
Yes, that is true.
Yes.
I will give you that. But sexy nonetheless.
It is very sexy nonetheless.
Damn right.
All right. So, what did you guys think of your streaming time out there? You could take turns going around there. But what did you guys think of, like, being able to stream from the floor? Did you get some support from the devs and all that? So, you want to go first, Mike? Satellizer?
Sure. Actually, I got really lucky. I got to have DJ Wheat from Twitch on
He's
my
nobody.
stream for
Yeah.
the
Who's that
majority
guy?
of it, which was friggin' awesome. I got Clegg on there answering questions. Because I had LO streaming at the same time as me, so we did our best to meet up and try to farm, because that's the one thing everyone wanted to see was farming, because nobody else had ever tried doing that on stream before. And we got to make some wheat seeds, which was funny because DJ Wheat was there. He's like, "Hey, those are my seeds," which was really cool. And they were really, easy to approach. And I asked, "Hey, could you want to pop on my stream for a little bit?" They're like, "Sure, yeah, we'll answer questions and all that fun stuff." And then I actually got to I snuck on stream later when everyone else was, downstairs getting stupid face drunk.
Mm-hmm.
As unfortunately I can't legally drink.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'll
I got
go right
Billy
there with
Yates-
you, Mike.
You were pounding that pavement.
Yeah.
You were doing work.
You're doing work, right?
Exactly. So I got Bill Yates, the art director, for my second stream, which was pretty cool. I met him earlier when I went down to the studio. It was awesome. It was really fun experience.
Skylar, did you stream H1Z1?
I didn't have time to. It kind of sucked, but oh well.
No big
Got to play in the super secret press room. Shh.
With the release copies.
What'd they tell you?
They told her all the words, but we're not shouldn't read it.
Yeah, that's it.
Hilbrand, you streamed. I watched your stream for a while.
Yeah. Like they just kind of sat me down, like, here you go, start. I was like, I had no idea what I was doing, so I just kind of messed around with it for the longest time trying to figure out what the controls were. I think I was halfway through my stream before I figured out how to crouch. So that's like the level of noob I was dealing with.
You did fine.
I did fine, and then I broke the game, so you know, got that on my CV now. So, yeah, but the devs were always on standby to help out with whatever went wrong, which was usually quite a lot. But that was just me.
No, it looks like you guys are having a lot of fun, and I was a little bit jelly, but it's coming soon. I think we'll talk about that later. The release date. We have theories.
Can I ask a question to the people who had their hands on it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
How user friendly is it?
I had a lot of people whining about there not being any UI, but I enjoyed the fact that there wasn't UI because it really felt like you had to do things for yourself and people weren't hand fitting you. Oh, you can go to do this and all that blah blah blah. It was very friendly. Yeah.
I guess what I mean more is like, okay, so Domo and I have been playing 7 Days to Die. And Domo's like the grandmaster of that now, but there's pretty steep learning curve for that game. Doesn't hold your hand at all, and when you go into the crafting interface, it's just like things everywhere to be done with no hint to how to do it. And my question is from a user standpoint, how do you feel H1Z1 is shaping up in terms of when they drop you in the game, is the casual player going to be totally overwhelmed by what's going on, or is it intuitive? What are we looking at?
Yeah, I'd say it's the whole crafting is pretty straightforward. They don't really tell you how to do it, but it's pretty easy to figure out how to do it on your own.
I agree with that. When I played it, I didn't really require any instruction. You know, I just figured it out, and it was pretty easy, and I got it in just a couple of minutes. So
we got the H1Z1 main channel here.
Hey, Legion, how you doing?
Legion.
I'm pretending. I'm a poser. I don't have a beanie, so I'm pretending. Stockus just gave up and put on a top hat.
Stockus and I are just like, fuck it. We'll just wear. We won't even wear black hats.
I've got a black one. I just put the purple one on because it's Willy Wonka's or the Penguins. Take your pick.
I like the Willy Wonka. Can you sing a song for us?
Where'd the monocle go?
It's in here.
You were just determined to make him perform tonight.
Yes. Yeah. Sing, monkey. Make us laugh. Yeah, Chieftain says he's Australian. You're lucky he's even wearing clothes.
Oh,
yeah.
Fact.
Pretty much.
He's even wearing pants, we saw.
Yeah, we saw he's wearing pants. Totally disappointed.
It's cold.
Giggity.
It is cold.
Yes.
Kind of nice.
It's jolly good, yes.
That's very good. I like it a lot.
A lot.
All right, make sure you guys...
Off the rails.
Hello, T. Rogers. You got a hello. All right, everyone, please make sure you're dropping in the questions. If you have any questions, we do have at least one person from the community here who is a developer who might answer questions if you guys have them. All right, so let's talk about some of the things that we saw during this different streams. I mean, I watched every single one of them except two people that I can't stand. So,
jerk.
Yeah.
That's how you really feel.
Well, yeah. So, anyway, I watched all of them, and I watched the ones with the devs, and they had some really great stuff in there. First off, they talked about that there's going to... When you die, any of the stuff that you're going to buy on the SOE store is going to stay. So... And they talked about how, say like you got an H1Z1 beanie, and somebody shoots you and steals the H1Z1 beanie. Its durability is going to drop from 100% to, say, 75%. And then somebody shoots that guy and takes the H1Z1 beanie. Then it's going to drop from 75 to 10% or something like that. And then the next person who gets it, it'll just blow up when the guy gets shot in the head. So the durability will drop over time. for the beanie. But anything you get in the store, it'll do that. Yeah, go ahead, Stux.
Can we reiterate that when the person who originally purchased that item of clothing, when they respawn in, will still have said beanie?
With 100% durability, because that's what they purchased, yeah.
That's a good measure to keep people from duping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, that part sounds pretty cool. I mean, at least you know that you're not going to spend $10 on a t-shirt and not have it in the game later. Everyone's just like, yeah.
Well,
that's
I guess,
true.
It's true.
I don't know. I'm conflicted on the whole, because I get it. You bought it. You should be able to keep it. But then again, it's not like you're still keeping stuff instead of losing everything. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
So you're okay. So basically, you're saying you go to the store and you buy a pair of boots, a jacket, some gloves, a nice leather pair of pants, like some ass chaps, and a beanie, and you buy that whole get up and the whole gear, and then you get shot. You're gonna come back with all this stuff. You're thinking maybe that's not so great.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about, because it depends if they're truly cosmetic or they do have some, somewhat in-game benefits, like if you could buy a parka, and because I know they said they were going to work on whether, like, you have to wear warm clothes if it's cold or you freeze or something. If I bought a parka and I can just start with it every time, I don't need to go look for one. I can just be set.
And then somebody was just saying, well, what about, like, if you wanted to give your whole team a hat?
Yeah.
They can just shoot you over and over again. They all get hats at 75%, and, they have a pretty decent hat for all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that Jimmy and even Clegg have said on separate occasions that anything you'll ever be able to get from the store will only ever be cosmetic.
Yeah. If you get a parka, it'll probably be not one that does anything.
It won't give you any resistance.
It will just let you be seen from very far away, depending on the color of it. I don't know. I mean, Nether tried doing this. They tried making it so that the things that you buy, even cosmetically, drop all the time, and it basically amounted to their sales just being non-existent, plunging, and they make no money anymore.
But they need to make money, everybody.
They need to make money.
Yeah.
Who needs to make money?
This is not a charity service. No, you get some people sometimes going, oh my god, they're going to make a free-to-play game and then we have to buy stuff at the store. Like, you don't, and you can get by without any of this stuff. If you want to have the swag. Yeah, go ahead.
Here's my thought. Because, you'll be able to buy like parka, pant, hat, but you'll find in-game clothing that will give you benefits. Now, what if I want to have the in-game clothing benefits, but also wear the cosmetic gear? Will I be able to put it
It'll probably have some kind of
transmogrification
thing.
Or do I have to, swap it out because,
they're doing that with Landmark. So, you can...
The transmog?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll probably.
I think in a big PvP environment, though, the transmog thing needs to be treated a bit more seriously, because they did stuff like this not entirely, but I draw Lineage 2 as an example. They didn't really have transmog, but you basically had the ability to masquerade around in low level gear, and because you couldn't see any level details, there's someone that's out there farming low-level pigs, but they're actually a max-level person in disguise that can one-shot anybody around them.
Yeah.
So it's like somebody who's actually wearing bulletproof vest and whatnot, and they're actually just standing there in ripped
gear
diapers.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're just waiting for someone to come near and help them out before jumping on them. I see transmog being a very, very slippery slope for a game that focuses on your appearance governing how people react to you.
No, there's no problem, dude. Here's what you do.
What?
Kill everyone. Then it's just there's no reason to worry about the whole how they look. Just everything you see, shoot and kill.
Didn't we have the discussion about worrying about how PvP was just going to just reign and there would be no communication or anything?
Just shoot to kill on everything, everyone you see.
Shoot to kill everything. Okay, that's what we're doing. Butchers of Twitch.
Dave Z1's a staff member?
Yeah, that's Greg.
Yeah. That's Greg?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, no, H1Z1's Greg, isn't it?
Yeah, H1Z1 is...
No, he's saying Dave 1Z1.
Dave 1Z1.
Dave 1Z1 is legit.
Oh, no.
Dave 1Z1
Yeah,
is Dave.
Yeah, he's someone else. Yeah, but...
That's Dave.
Yeah, it's Dave.
It's just Dave.
You know Dave.
Come on.
You know Dave. Yes.
Okay, alright, so...
Okay, so what did it say? What were you going to say? Go ahead.
Well, it says, so if you have a parka cosmetic from the store, it'll be something you combine with a normal parka to get a skinned one. Anything with stats will have a... Wait, what? Anything with in the game that has stats will be a cosmetic skin. What does that mean?
That probably means, like, if you have a t-shirt, and this is, like, pristine, flawless t-shirt plus 5 rain resist or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good.
So you go onto this, maybe won't be that specific, hopefully, but you go onto the store and you're like, all right, rain resist gear, okay, t-shirts that resist rain, all right, yellow's a good color on me, yellow.
Yeah.
So now when you get a rain resist t-shirt, you have the option of having it be yellow, maybe.
Okay,
That works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we touched on the whole PvP thing. I know the guys, or some of them, actually ran into other players while they were playing.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find at the event the tendency was to be more shoot and kill rather than communicate and help?
Oh yes. To touch on that, there was like 10, 15 people on the servers at SOELIVE, I'd say around. I managed to run into and murder about 5 or 6 of them in the first, 30 minutes of gameplay.
Mike was playing how I would play, because I was like, yeah, kill him.
Well, it didn't start out as, kill on sight, but when that first arrow took me in the back, and I was wondering, wait. And then this guy is just lining up arrows from a distance, and he's not even talking to me. Mm-hmm. I knew it was going to be no one's trying to work together on this playtest. Everyone's just going to murder each other. Right. So it boiled down to me chasing down. I chased this one guy down for a good 6 minutes, and it was so worth it because just the thrill,
the
and
adrenaline.
Finally, yep. And then we were figuring out, okay, if we put our flashlight or we put our weapon away and get our flashlight, we run faster. And then I was gaining on him, and he, made a little distance. Finally I caught him in a river and then just axed him in his face. It was lovely. It was just lovely.
You're a really nice person.
I know. And then the best part is right before that, some guy had just set up his little base. He built a little shack and he got a fire going and a barbecue. And then Homewrecker Sat comes in, just murders it and steals all the stuff. Just as he gets his home. Yep.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Now, I want to ask Toby,
Hi.
How did you find it communicating with the bear?
Now, the bear didn't seem too fussed. He was just like, "Rawr, I'm a bear, I'm gonna eat your face," and that happened, and I never got any loot. So,
oh goodness, those bears hit hard.
Those bears hurt.
Oh yeah, I found one that was twerking. I made the mistake to walk up to it.
You don't no. Rule number 1: never bother a twerking bear.
Yeah, that's true. I learned that the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
Life advice from Domo.
Yeah, exactly. If you see a bear twerking in the forest, you leave it the fuck alone. Because first off, you shouldn't be bothering bears in the forest, and then you don't want to bother a bear that actually knows how to twerk. Because there's just something going on there. All right. Next thing I want to talk about was the structure decay and recycling. They talked about that when you abandon a place for long enough, it becomes like the front door will be able to be broken down, and people can move in, take it over, or just disassemble it, burn it down.
I was actually kind of surprised by that news. I didn't think that we'd hear something like that. I sort of forgot to ask them more about it, though.
All right.
But yeah, building decay seems a little strange. I guess we'll just have to see how it plays out.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess it's their version of like what 7 Days to Die are doing with the claim block.
Right.
The idea behind that is you place it down, that's your little claimed area, and you have to revisit that area once a day to keep it sort of your area. If you were to basically place it, build a little shack, and then disappear off the server, within 14 days of in-game time, basically that degrades to the point where it's gone, and now people can come and take your stuff. I guess the same with the claim system on Landmark, where if you're not there to pay your upkeep, then it goes away, and then I guess it's not there for people to pillage, but it disappears, thus freeing up the server for, space for everyone. So I like the fact that they've got something planned for it. I guess it'll have to come down to, how long did you say it was demo?
They didn't give a time. They just said that it was over a certain set amount of time. A week, 2 weeks.
They didn't give us
being there. Yeah,
they didn't give us specific.
Well, you think about all the people that are going to, especially a free-to-play game, the thousands of people that are going to try it out for a day, be like, I hate this. But they had already built a shack, and now that shack's just sort of sitting there. It has to degrade over time, otherwise it's tough. Let's talk. One thing that just blew my mind. First off, two things. A lot of people, obviously, that were watching those live streams live in, I imagine them living on some island in Tahiti or some, tropical jungle somewhere. They had never seen snow before. Because it was nighttime in winter. Now, those of us who live in the north know what happens at nighttime in the winter, right?
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. But the color palette of the world turns very muted. Everything becomes almost bleak and very, very white. There's no bright, vibrant colors at night. In the winter, especially in the wintertime, everything in nature just changes. Wait a second. Mike, where are you from?
Cali. Why?
You're in Cali. Sky's in Cali. Stockus is in fucking Australia.
I am not in California.
Where are you?
Washington.
Washington.
We have snow.
You don't get much snow. They don't get snow. Tangent.
Never seen snow before. What's it like?
What? Tangent, where are you from? You're in Pennsylvania.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. Okay, so Tangent gets me. He feels me. Tobrain, you're from Scotland. They don't get any snow. So, all
right then.
Tangent, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Of course I do.
The bleakest part of winter, there is no color at all in the world. And I was watching these streams, and people were like, "Why is it black and white? Is this game only going to be black and white?" No, it's nighttime in the winter.
No, it's the winter, and it's miserable outside.
It is, and it's very gray.
It's beautiful for the first snowfall, and then after that, it's this isn't going away. This is gonna take a lot of fucking sunlight to make this go away. Right. This is here for a while.
And
you can basically scope out how long winter is going to be just based upon how much snow there is. It could be summer, but it's not officially summer until all the shit's melted. So
I'm going to show everybody on the screen what I'm kind of talking about here. I know this is not the largest image that I could show, but this is all I could grab from the screen cap. But basically, this is kind of the color palette that they're going to be using, and it's absolutely beautiful because on the left is what Tangent was just talking about. Tangent, you guys will see this in just a minute. But on the left is what he's talking about. First snowfall, beautiful blue skies, it's all fluffy and pretty and stuff like that. And as it goes through the winter, it gets more and more bleak and sort of gray and sort of bleh, So that's just the way it really works in the real world. And I'm glad to see that these are the different stages of the colors as it's going to go through the world.
It's beautiful. It's
this is Daisy.
That middle section kind of looks like a video I saw Tobran go on a picnic.
What?
Wait.
I watched a video of Tobran back in the day of him and his friends going on a picnic stroll, and it's a beautiful day out. We're going for a stroll, and it looked like that. Not maybe the middle one, the one on the right. It was dark, it was dull, it was wet, it was foggy, and they're like, isn't this a beautiful day? Oh, we're going for a lovely stroll. And I'm like, Jesus, dude, what the hell?
Yeah. It's Scotland, okay? It was a nice day.
Yeah. It was a nice day.
The middle ones, though, the middle pictures, those are more like winter near city areas. That's when you've got the plows have shoved dirt and shit and salt, and cars have kicked up mud and sand and things like that. That's when it looks really bleak. So winter in I'm wondering how they're going to address that in H1Z1 because there's not going to be too many vehicles and stuff like that to do those kinds of things.
But the cool part okay, go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
I was going to say there's 6 vehicles and random locations right now. So yeah, there aren't very many on a server.
On a map that's that big.
Do they not spawn unless that one's destroyed?
I know they kind of last to where if you break your vehicle, someone's going to be able to stumble upon it. I think it's going to last there for a while. I'm not sure. But what I said I really wanted to see was like windstorms, dust storms, something that makes your visibility like just zero, and you're kind of wandering around in the storm trying to zombies all around you, and I think that'd be pretty cool.
What I was trying to get with the pictures and everything, was that the coolest part I saw all the entire time I was like just geeking out hardcore over was they showed something falling on the ground, and then within like a day it's covered in snow. Like there was a gun on the ground and it had a layer of snow on the top of it.
Legion wants to link some photos.
Please do, Legion. Yeah. Hold on, let me make Legion a mod or something.
Hang on, I can just permit him.
Well, if you permit him, then he won't be able to. He only post once. So I'll just make him a moderator. Now, he's fine. Okay. I trust him. He's Legion.
No, that's all right.
My mod.
I met him. He's totally on the up and up. It's fine.
It's fine.
He's very mod protective.
Well,
he wants to be the only mod.
He went and made Clegg a mod.
Right.
Now, come on. Now, and you're asking me to trust his judgment?
Clegg is totally trustworthy, too.
Jeez.
Oh, it said use reg instead. Fine. Okay. Well, yeah.
It's fine.
What's this image he's showing us here? Hold on.
Oh, man, I didn't get to go to this panel.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna share these then. Hold on.
It's the art panel, and I missed it. Oh, man.
I didn't get to go. I was trying to watch it, and it wasn't ever on. So what are we looking at here? Oh. Bambi. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, this is great. This is a great shot, actually. See the different hues of the like the filters they've got? You guys are looking at that image that he showed. There's a picture of like Bob next to a guy who looks surprisingly like... Why is it not? Anyway, there's a picture there with the different filters on. Like it's nighttime, early morning, late in the afternoon, or like maybe dusk and then regular daytime.
So glad that these screenshots are showing off how good the game looks, because I mean we've seen some gameplay and stuff, but it just doesn't show the full range of how good the game looks.
Yeah.
And and I mean, Sat, Tobran, you guys know how much better the game looks in person than it does in screenshots.
Oh yeah.
Or streaming, because streaming always takes a lot of detail out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happens there. Cool. Thanks for sharing that.
Don't post them anywhere yet.
I should probably delete that Twitter post now.
All right. Okay. So the snow falling. I just think that's something I don't think I've ever seen in a game before, where the weather sort of like things can get wet. And they talked about this before, how like the zombies are going to get wet, your characters are going to get wet physically, like their skin will become glistening and stuff like that when it's raining out. I didn't really make the connection that when it snowed, that snow will stick to things as well. That's I've never seen that really done in a game before. Can you think of any game where that happens, where stand outside long enough, your character gets covered in snow?
Last of Us.
Any multiplayer game?
No. But it's really surprised in The Last of Us where the snow actually stuck on you.
I guess so. I guess you're right, yeah. Oh, okay. All right, next thing I wanted to talk about was... the crafting. Let's talk about crafting, because somebody actually has a question about it, and we can talk about this, but one of the beautiful things, we've been playing a lot of 7 Days to Die lately, because it's probably the closest game that's similar to H1Z1 that you can play right now. Yep. It's not the same, of course. I'm not saying it's exactly the same, but it has a pretty in-depth crafting system. You can build houses and stuff like that, and it's a zombie survival game. So right off the bat, it's close to H1Z1, but not exactly the same. But in that game, if I wanted to make a concrete block, there's maybe 5 stages to make a concrete block. I've got to go find the stuff, obviously, but I've got all those materials in my bag. I've got to combine the first 2, then the next 2, and then turn them into the third thing. And that's all 5 steps that you have to go through to make the concrete block. In H1Z1, if you have all of the materials in your bag, you just click make, and it just does all the previous steps, right? Do you guys confirm that?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What did you think of the crafting system?
I thought it was really well made. Really well made. I really like the fact that I don't have to like constantly click every single thing. I can just click the end result, and it'll make all the little mini parts as well. Saves time, saves clicking, lets my finger rest. I liked. I didn't really get to do much base building.
Right, and most people didn't. I think Cole was actually the first person to ever build anything live on stream. He built that platform, which was really killer because Tobran was running through an area. I think you were either running to or from some zombies, and you ran right up to Co's platform. I was like, "That's awesome! That's Co's platform," because he dropped it like right in the middle of the road, so it was pretty obvious that was his platform. And he put a barrel on top of it. That's his platform. It was cool to see it later on that somebody actually ran into it. Did you either Skyla or Kobe? Did you guys do much crafting?
Not this time.
No. So
I know that it's changed a bit since the last time I was in it. So
I never really got a chance to touch it, to be honest.
Does anybody know?
I couldn't find.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Couldn't find stuff.
No, it's just that they couldn't find stuff because after the world on the test server had been raided, it hadn't been reset. So there's after it can't give a feel of how the actual game's going to be. There's nothing there. And it's so hard to progress forward. And the best part to progress forward is to kill someone. So it's like,
yes.
What do I do? So I was in two minds. I think I did see someone. I was like, do I kill them or do I not? I thought they were a zombie, but
why did you have to kill them?
Turned out. Because I can't find the materials.
Oh, I see.
The world is just barren and empty. The only other person that would have it is other players. So
yep,
kind of have to go and kill them.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be worked out.
Yeah,
I fast realized that the best way and the easiest way to get materials was to loot other players and kill them for their materials. But I mean, on one hand, I like the scarcity of things, but it does kind of promote. If I can't find what I need, I'm sure that guy down the street will have it. Why don't I just go kill him for it?
Which is what? Okay, so they have discussed that there will be multiple server types. There's going to be a PvE Care Bear server. And there's also going to be a PvP server set, right?
And it's possible that you could just have a server where it's just players versus zombies entirely. And I think that they might go into EA with it.
So what is going to happen then? So how are we going to find the materials if all we can do is get them from other players? We're going to have to put them like spawning in cars or something like that.
More frequent spawning and stuff too, yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts on that? Stockus.
I think it might not be a matter of the fact that there's not enough stuff to loot. I was watching Toby for almost his entire stream, and the amount of cars he went to loot, and they had like nothing but weapon repair kits inside. It's not like there wasn't loot, because there was a car with like 6 slots worth of inventory inside, and everything was full, but it was all stuff that he just had no use for. So I think it's maybe more a matter of balancing what spawns rather than how much of it. Just like, weapon repair kits. I mean, it's hard enough to find a weapon in the game, let alone, needing a weapon repair kit to keep it, Are you going to be able to find ammunition for it? Are you going to be able to find the gun in a working order? And then are you going to live long enough to even use it?
It seems like that's all balanced stuff. Like before they release it, they're going to work it out to where for sometimes every single thing you loot is just going to be cloth, or something else. It'll just be completely useless because it's be all the stuff you loot.
That's why before I was saying that I hope that the crafting system is robust but simple, because I mean this might just be that I'm discovering I'm not entirely cut out for that kind of game. But when you look at 7 Days to Die. And I wanted to, build something like, I wanted to build like a stone house or something like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm used to games where it's just like, okay, well, you've got the stone, place the blocks and the voxels and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, we'll do that. But no, now it's like, okay, when I need to find cinder blocks, I got to grind them into gravel, and then you got to take the gravel and mix it into cement, and doing all these other steps that weren't incredibly obvious to somebody who wasn't familiar with all of these things, I suppose. And so it's like needing all of the intricate ingot-specific parts and sub-things. While it made the crafting system very in-depth, it also made me just almost feel defeated to the point where I was like, okay, well, I think maybe I'll just try and dig a cave. At which point, then physics took over and caved my ceiling in on me when I tried to just have an open area. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that the crafting system is something that is easy to get into. I'm hoping that there's a lot to do in it, but I hope they don't like when it comes to fixing a car, I hope you don't actually need real world mechanical knowledge to do this. Like I hope you don't need every hose, every washer, every if there's like nuts, bolts, screws, washers, and carburetors and hoses and all these other things just to make one part work, I'm just gonna probably never use a vehicle.
They might, and they said that if you find a car, you can repair it if it's broken, and if it needs a set of brake rotors, you have to go find the brake rotors.
Right. See, brake rotors, fuck that. Wheels, engine, maybe an exhaust, glass. Like, that part of DayZ got it right.
Yeah.
I don't think people want to be like, oh, fuck, wheel wells? I only got 2. Well, shit. Oh, man.
What about a nice pimped out paint job and some spinners?
Oh, the trunk latch? Oh. Anyone got an anti-lock ball bearing? Anyone?
It's like, I've got 6 spark plugs, but 3 of them are too hot and the other are too cold. What the hell?
This one's just dirty. And this, oh fuck, this. No, I mean that's a spark plug for a boat. No, you need a car spark plug. You can tell because the boat is a B and the car is a C, etched onto the side of it.
And this is a metric thread, and that's an imperial thread.
Those of you guys who did do some crafting, did you find it pretty intuitive? I mean, most of the stuff I saw people easily could make bandages and stuff. Like, oh, let's just rip up a shirt and make bandage, sort of like you do in DayZ.
I think it's really intuitive.
Yeah.
I don't think people are going to have a problem with it at all. I mean, it gets more in depth, the more items you have. But it kind of reminds me of the Guild Wars 2 crafting system. If anybody played that at all.
I did, but I didn't craft much.
Oh, I just think that it's just fairly straightforward. And I think that people are going to have a good time with it. It doesn't go too crazy deep. But I don't think that would be as fun. Like you guys are Tangent's talking about all the nuts and bolts and stuff. I don't think that they would go that far.
Probably not.
I hope not. Basically, in 7 Days to Die, I'm like, dude, I'm just going to live in the desert and just eat cactuses raw because that's all I don't know how to do anything else.
That was my goal. I was going to be Captain Stinky sitting on a hill passing out toothpicks, but now I've got a castle. So that didn't work. But yeah. All right, it's about that time, and we were headed to the Q&A time.
All
right. So I was going to say, Skylar, do you want to read them this week? But I'm not going to have you read anything. I'll read them this week.
Read the question, Tobran.
Not this again, please. Oh, no.
I wasn't going to ask Tobran because of that whole thing. I was like, okay.
I had to bring it back up again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, Toby.
It's okay.
Do you have any Jaffa cakes, brother?
You didn't bring me any.
He's got Jaffas. Look at him. He's prepared.
Oh, my Lord.
I got a whole box.
Have you diabetes yet?
Most of it. No, not yet.
No.
Soon.
Okay.
With the trademark.
Soon. I'll have diabetes when H1Z1 comes out.
Oh, wait. I did forget the next topic. Oh, my God. Yeah, the release date.
No.
No.
Every time you ask for a release date, they push it back a day.
They push it back a day. And
them's the rules.
And an angel gets its wings plucked out.
No, a bear loses its twerk.
Yeah, a bear loses its twerk. Okay.
That's a tragedy.
So, yeah, the release date. Now, it's kind of a joke because for those of you who don't usually watch our show, most of the time people show up and the first question out of their mouth is, when's the release date? We don't answer them right away and they leave. We're kind of used to that by now. But there is no actual confirmed release date. What I wanted to talk about mostly with this was Clegg was saying he was on Co's stream, and Co was like, well, when is the release date? Because obviously we're here at SOE Live, and this was like the first day that they were there and they were streaming. And he was like, look, I wanted to talk with Smedley and say, look, SOE Live, perfect time to do a release date. Everybody's here, they're all amped up, they want to hear about this game. Why can't we talk about it? And Smedley said, no, there's too many bugs still on the list. And apparently there's around eight major bugs that they couldn't fix before SOE Live, and because of that they didn't do the release date there. But
yeah.
What do you guys that played, what do you think? But give me your honest opinion. How far are we away?
A month or so, I would say.
Around a month.
At
Yeah.
least. Yeah, I'd go that far.
So definitely before Christmas.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, if it's one of those November ones, like all those other November games that are coming out, I'm going to be annoyed.
There's going to be a shitload of November games. It's the best time of year to drop a game right before Christmas. People will want to buy it for their kids. And
Yep.
yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of on the camp that Clegg was on. I think that they should kind of wait and make sure it's right and try to push it out just to meet a date or a deadline.
There's
August
too many.
57th.
We talk about it all the time. There's too many shitty games out there that are in early access that are going to die in early access.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you want to play now, but do we want that to happen with this game? And I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean,
I just think the more I play early access games lately, the more I realize that by the time this game gets finished, nobody's going to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to play it. Like, it's even bad PR when a game, like the moment you release a game into early access, that immediately, like, to the rest of the gaming world, that's basically launch.
It's launch, yeah, exactly.
It's launch. It's launch. Let's not kid ourselves. People view that as launch. Like with DayZ's a good example. 1 year after it's been out, no changes.
Still
basically
broke-ass, busted game.
And it's totally ready for a PS4 release. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like... It's just one of those things where if they go to put it into early access, the clock immediately starts ticking, and that's what everyone's watching it.
Yep.
So what's really obnoxious about it is a lot of these games try and have this huge hyped release date when it's ready, and it's still got bugs, and it's still not done. And the problem is that the PR from that, the whole world is saying this game was in early access forever. This is not a launch day. Like this game has been out for basically a year and it's still not done right. So I would much rather them get their shit together and get the game where it needs to be rather than have another early access nightmare.
Like look at a game like Last of Us, because we were just talking about that so much. It's a pretty polished game, right? They didn't come out with an early access version of it, did they?
No, don't think so.
Came out,
they don't do that for console stuff, though.
Well,
usually.
true, but I think Sony should treat it like that. Come out with a game that actually works and stop screwing around with this early access crap. I mean, I want to play it as much as everybody else. When I was watching those streams, I was sitting there like chomping at the bit, going, "God damn it! I wish I was out there playing this." I was thinking about driving to fucking Vegas just so I could play.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I want it bad, but I don't want it to come up for those very reasons. Tangent. I don't want to say, geez, this game could be great, but it's coming out now, and it's really going to be great in a year, but nobody's going to be around in a year to see that how great it is.
No, because they're going to get bored in early access.
Right.
That's why, for H1Z1, this is one of those games where, honestly, and I know, do we still have some devs here?
Yeah, we got,
I don't know if we do or not.
We got like two of them.
Like, I know that this is, I don't know, people might not like hearing this one up, but I don't even want to see your game in early access. I want your game to have a launch. H1Z1 is one of those games that I want to be done right, and I really think the early access is going to fuck it up. I really think it is. You're going to get your big hype from a few big streamers, and then it's just going to get drawn out over the years because it's going to be treated like that's the launch day. People are going to be critical. People are going to walk out on it. I really think that these types of games really need to be done first before they're out.
Well, let's just say this real quick. Oh, I'm sorry, Skylar. I just saw somebody just say something that why don't we just play DayZ while we're waiting then? Because DayZ's fucking broke. I mean, it's a horrible game, and it's like one of the most popular games on Twitch right now. If you go to the top row, it's one of the biggest games to play, and it's completely gorked. So I'm just playing devil's advocate here, Tangent. if that game's so broken and people love it to death and they're completely blind to how bad it is, couldn't this game do the same thing?
Kind of, probably.
Well,
You see what I'm saying?
from from what I've seen of the game, from everyone that's been streaming it up until SOE Live and everyone that's been streaming it on SOE Live, even in its current broken condition, because I could spot about 4 or 5 bugs just watching people playing it, it's still... It still works better than DayZ ever has done.
Right.
But not everybody has played DayZ to know how busted it is. So,
Right,
I mean, you can't really make a comparison, because I haven't played DayZ. I don't know how broken it is. If I get an H1Z1 and it's busted of its own accord, not because it's slightly less busted than something else.
I guess I'm not trying to compare them directly. I'm just trying to sort of supporting Domo's argument that in the state that DayZ's in, it is busted. There are so many game-breaking bugs in that game, yet so many people love the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And they play it religiously, and it has such a huge following. And I played the game for a long time, and it got to the point where I was just fed up with the, zombies walking through walls, you opening a door in a building, and it hits you and breaks your legs.
Breaks your legs. I died once opening a door.
I got killed by a portaloo, or what do you call it? An outhouse. I walked up. I opened the door to the outhouse. I saw a crowbar sitting on the toilet seat. I'm like, yes, crowbar. I need that to help repair stuff. I went to click it. It didn't register the click on the crowbar. It actually closed the door on me and killed me in the loo. I died on the toilet.
This could totally happen in real life, dude.
Definitely.
But I guess I'm on both sides of the coin. I want Tangent's idea. I want this game to be done. I'll support it either way, but I want it to be done. I don't want there to be bugs. I don't want myself to have to struggle through these bugs, thinking in my mind, no, it's okay. They'll fix it. It'll be fine. At the same time, I still think there's hope for a game that is semi-broken to still have a massive following.
Right, but here's the thing too. Like, people are saying, like, well, DayZ's always huge. DayZ's got big sales every week on Steam and stuff like that. DayZ came first. That's the only fucking reason why DayZ has such a huge following. It came first. It invigorated the market to make awareness that this type of game can really succeed, even if it's fucking broke. Because it was first, people flocked to it, got invested in it, and by the time everyone caught up with their own broken-ass games, people are picking the lesser of two evils. What are you going to pick, the game you're familiar with, or the new broke-ass game that's not even nearly as good?
Yeah,
DayZ's the easy pick right now.
Yeah.
So, right now, the only difference between the existing survival horror games is the level of broke that they are.
Right.
They're
all fucked up. Yeah. Every one of them.
They all have one cool feature, and the rest is fucking broken. And that's why I'm saying this early access shit has to stop. The real thing that SOE could do different with H1Z1 that the other survival horror games don't have is producing a finished game. If they produce a finished game, they would have immediately so many more things than their competitors don't have. But I'm worried because they're in such a rush because let's face it, H1Z1, you're a little bit late to the party here. People are almost getting kind of sick of these zombie sandbox games.
Because of the broke ass shit that all the other games are.
Because of the broke ass shit.
Yes.
So if you come in with broke ass shit with an early access game, you're just going to be at the back of the traffic jam.
Right.
If you come in all guns blazing with a finished product, you are going to win the survival horror war.
You will see H1Z1 significantly higher on the ranking on Twitch than you will DayZ. DayZ will fall off when that happens.
Can I just chip in with Dave 1Z1 has asked us, how do you guys feel about Landmark? Because it's following a similar model. Then he's got... I'm trying to catch up with the chat here. Which is early access plus iterative development. And I have to be honest, Dave 1Z1, I stopped playing Landmark because it was broken.
Yep.
and
pretty much why I still
quite to
play
be
Landmark.
quite honest, extremely boring. You can't play a game like that, and while building is fun, you just can't make an entire game around building stuff when there's no threat. Like we were talking about this earlier with 7 Days to Die. You're building something because you know that if you don't get this shit built, the zombies are going to come eat your face. So at least there's that threat, and that's why I'm building this castle, because I know if I build this really strong structure, it'll hold off the zombie horde. Whereas in Landmark, it's just like, well, I can make a pretty tower.
Yeah, Landmark was not feature complete, and that not even like remotely. And I know that that's the thing they want to make different about H1Z1. So throw the bugs aside for a second. They wanted to have more features, and we know that if it has more features, we'll probably play it longer, like what didn't happen with Landmark.
But yeah, those.
Tangent.
Oh,
Okay,
but
we
yeah,
got
those.
his axe murderer picture on this.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, there were some very. I mean, I'm not a game developer, so I don't know how simple or complicated they were. But to me, they seem to be a lot of seemingly simple issues with the game that just never got fixed. And in the end, I just couldn't play it anymore. I mean, when it got to the point where I would be building on my own claim, and there was either a problem with a memory leak, or it was poor game optimization, or something like that, where more than half of the stuff I'd built on my claim wasn't actually rendering properly. And no matter how many times I brought it up, I mean, I've even spoke to Dave Georgeson about it, and he sort of shrugged it off and said, well, I just said, look, I think you guys need to do some reevaluation with your game optimization, because I've literally filled my claim with ores and stuff that you guys hadn't previously tested with. I think you need to go back and test it again, because half of the shit's not showing on my claim. And he goes, oh no, it must be just a memory leak or an issue with my PC or something, not being able to render it all. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't. It just wasn't. So,
Welcome back.
The reason I kind of teetered off of Landmark was, one, the viewer hype for it was starting to die down, because I mean, there really hadn't been that many groundbreaking updates.
They got
sure,
a
they
new
had
tool
new
or something.
build materials, but another reason, and probably the reason the viewership died down, was I am not a very talented builder. Seeing all these people build these giant castles and shit, I'm like, why are you guys not all in Architect? Right. I mean, I can build a rock, and it's one hell of a sexy rock, but it's just a rock. So I was hoping, I kept pressing, hey, you guys going to release combat yet? PvP, combat, PvP? Because all I'd get in the chat was, does this game have PvP yet? Is there combat yet? Where's the PvP? Where's the combat? Oh, all I can do is build? I guess it's kind of cool.
You're boring the hell out of me, dude. That's what I used to get all the time.
I mean, it's great for people who are talented, because I'll sit there and watch somebody build a masterpiece, but for us untalented builders, I want something else to do. Like, I want to be able to take a break and go smack someone in the face with a sword or something.
So, and the only reason we're talking about Landmark, by the way, is because one of the devs from H1Z1 asked us what we thought of the Landmark development cycle.
Yeah.
So that's why we're discussing it.
So yeah, I would hate so much for anything even slightly similar like that to happen to H1Z1.
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping they learn their lesson.
Yeah.
And that's probably why Smedley decided not to do the release date up, on at SOELIVE, just to say, hey, we don't want to go down the same route that Landmark went down.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, if you go look at Twitch and you go look for Landmark streamers, if somebody's streaming it, they don't hardly have any viewers at all. And that's not to say that the people that are streaming it are not entertaining. They are. It's just the interest of Landmark has dropped off almost next to nothing. Now they are coming up with the combat and the PvP part. That looks cool. I like the new toys. They've got like the slider and the jumper thing and all that other stuff. We'll talk about that this week. But for the most part, it's still just it's a petri dish for what they're going to be bringing into next, so that it doesn't have the. Go ahead, Skylar. You're going to say. Oh, sorry. They're going to say something.
Petri dish for Petri dicks. Whoa.
Petri dick.
Petri dicks?
It's a petri dick for
Petri dick.
next.
Lovely.
It's a peach
Anyway,
of a dick.
that was a really great way to describe it. That was all. The end.
Okay. Skylar with a petri dick. Let me put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. Done.
Done.
I don't know. Like, Landmark makes me nervous. It makes me nervous. It really does. Because I said before, EverQuest is like my childhood. Fuck with my childhood. And I've watched Landmark go from hype to just nothing. And this is like for me, I've been waiting so long for any news about a new EverQuest game. Mm-hmm. And it was really, I think one of the biggest problems was that to the casual person who's even a hardcore fan of the EverQuest franchise was really confused at the beginning. Because they're talking about EverQuest Next, EverQuest Landmark, and then there was that then there was that phone promotion to get stuff for EverQuest Next through Landmark on smartphones.
Right.
With no clear information for the casual search about is anything in Next that you do going to carry over into Landmark, or is it even the same thing at all? And this really makes me worried because this is the last chance EverQuest has.
I don't know. They still got the other two running. It's kind of funny that they're going to make it a third one. They got 3 EverQuest games going at the same time.
Well, no, I realize that. But in terms of capturing a new audience for a truly successful current generation MMO, this is probably like the swan song of EverQuest. If it doesn't work out, I don't see them getting the funding to do EverQuest 4 20 years from now. I don't know. We're on an EverQuest tangent.
Yeah, we are. Point, so. That's okay. But yeah, I do agree. Well, this was all from one question. Oh, we haven't got to the question yet. No, that was just the topic.
Blame Legion.
Yeah, blame Legion. Legion.
Or Dave. Was it Dave?
It was Dave. Damn it, Dave. You threw us off on a tangent talking about EverQuest. It's not an EverQuest show. All right. Now it's Q&A time. Rawr. All right, so first question here. Arundel asks, of everyone who tried it, what do you like the best about your time with the game? If you haven't played it, what are you looking forward to the most? So we'll go around the room here. Stockus, if you haven't played it, what are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to ticking all the boxes that none of the other games ever did.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Stat.
What am I looking forward to most in H1Z1?
Mm-hmm.
Just I didn't get to try it out, but I really want to see how the cars work. I got to light zombies on fire. That was freaking amazing. Just as amazing as that would be.
Yep.
I really wanted to try the cars. I asked one of the devs where the cars are, or can you just tell me where it is? Apparently there's 6 or so that spawn in set location, but the locations are random. It's I guess 12. 6 will spawn in 12 different locations, something like that. So he couldn't really know exactly where it was. There's set locations, but they're random. But yeah, I want to try out the cars. See how mowing down people and zombies, mainly other players, will play out. Because who cares about zombies in a zombie survival game? It's all about killing other people.
Exactly. Skyla.
Other than being very excited to play it as a game, because I think it's really great, I'm excited for the giant social experiment.
That is the PvE, PvP, murdering everybody, bunny hunting, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that'll be really fun to watch play out and see how long it takes before people are tired of killing other people, if that ever happens.
Never. I love to death. I'm a psychopath in DayZ. So, I have a good time. Tobran.
I never got to try a ranged weapon. I got a gun at one point, but this was before I was actually streaming.
Mm-hmm.
I tried streaming it was really hard. So being able to master a gun, that's what I'm looking forward to. So to actually shoot at something, pretty cool.
Well, did you make a bow? Because apparently that's fairly easy to make.
I didn't have one material and I couldn't figure out what it was.
I
was like, everyone was shouting different stuff. I didn't know what to do or what to.
It's because Locke kissed you, isn't it?
Yes, that was just at the front of my mind. I just couldn't.
He got a man pash.
Yes. His beard is really soft, by the way. Just brushing on my cheek.
Very soft.
All right, Mr. Tanji, go ahead.
About what? I didn't play the game.
Oh, I know, but that's what the question was: is what are you most looking forward to? If you haven't played, what would you?
I say this every week. I'm looking forward to a finished fucking zombie survival game.
All right, that's good.
I'm looking for a game that actually fucking works. You're going to either have me or lose me on that. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
It's because there's just so many other survival horror games I could play and get the same thrill of a broken shit game out of. So what I am excited for is seeing it work, because this is the first zombie survival game that actually has a budget behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So
right. I mean,
money can't buy you happiness, but it can make a fucking video game. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Sony, make it rain on those devs.
And that's part of the early access thing is to try to gate it a little bit, but also probably bring in some funds.
Yeah,
they just want every dick off the street walking in to test the game. So if they make it $20, then that keeps a few people out enough to where they can test people that are more invested.
H1Z1's slogan actually fucking works. So someone in the
need to make a shirt.
Got it.
Yep.
Yeah, we all have a lot of high hopes for the Super Den. Yep. All right. Mine. I would like to. I really want to build a base and defend it, and then I also want to make a character on every server that there is, so I can harass players I don't like.
That's you're a great person.
I'm not actually.
What a noble goal.
I'm kind of an asshole, but at least I admit it. So we're gonna go. Stockish, you look like a dragon. Okay, next one. Daddy-O asked, what was the longest that you managed to stay alive? Satellizer, Skyla, and Tobran. Question.
I got Actually, I managed to stay alive the entire playthrough. I got like 5 kills and no deaths.
Wow.
Yeah, until Elo said, "Hey, Sad, I found an M16 and a bullet. Can I shoot you in the face?" And I was like, "Sure, we're out of time. Let's do it." And then I just get up in the car. Boom.
Shot you in the face.
Yep.
Sacrificed
it's actually
yourself.
glorious. Oh yeah. For science.
For science. For science. All right, Skyla, how long did you make it?
I only played for about 20 minutes. But that's how long I stayed alive.
Well, you played a bunch of times before that. I mean, you probably played more than most of the people here.
That was about it, because I broke the game last time I played. So, but hopefully they have a demo at PAX, and then I'll be able to get
PAX
some
Prime?
hands on there too. Yeah.
They just announced that SOE will be at PAX Prime.
Yes. When is that? Next weekend? Oh my god. Yeah.
Are you going to that too?
Yeah.
You're not going to have any voice left.
I know!
Just check it out.
Party on!
All right, and then Tobran, how long did you make it? Did you get
I survived the entire time until they realized my game was broke, so they had to kill me, try again, then I jumped off a bridge, and I got killed by a bear. That was my life cycle.
Stay away from twerking bears.
Twerking bears are not a good place to go.
All right, next question is from Larry4166 asks, when is it coming on Steam? We don't know. No answer to that.
August 57th.
Yeah, August
is the exact
57th
date.
of
August 57th.
1928. Okay. Yep. Ribidoo asks, has the trend seen in Landmark buyable resources scared you at all for what we might see in H1Z1? That's a great question. Why? I mean, think about it. What if I have to build a base? And Stockus, you had like 10 million pieces of obsidian. Did you ever buy obsidian from the store, or did you gather it yourself?
Nope.
Okay,
Not
so
once.
you went out and busted your ass to gather out obsidian to make your place.
Yep.
But what if I wanted to build some kind of massive fort made out of like tungsten, and I have just enough cash to do that?
Wouldn't bother me.
It wouldn't bother you, really.
Nope.
What do the rest of you guys think? And why wouldn't it bother you, I guess?
I only need one bullet.
Yeah. Stockus, you are like terrifying. You are the one who knocks, by the way.
See, now I was only messing with Tangent. I was just fooling with him. And see, in H1Z1, we're going to be on the same team.
Yeah.
See? No, we will be. We'll be on the same team. But that's the thing.
You
can have. No, I don't even need a gun, dude. A projectile that I can shoot. If you could have the biggest goddamn castle that you spent all this money buying the resources to build, you still have to go out to get food, you still have to go out to get water, you still have to leave your cave, and when you do, it only takes one bullet. So I don't care. Doesn't bother me.
With a slingshot.
Yep.
What if the guy sits in his cave and he's got like monkeys running out and getting food for him and bringing them back?
I'll kill them.
It's actually confirmed monkeys that can fetch you items is actually a viable
SOE confirms on the store
Yep.
Carrier
That's-
monkeys.
Carrier
that's how they're
pigeons
gonna
and
monetize.
monkeys.
Yep.
Carrier pigeons will go and pick blueberries for you and deliver them right into your inventory, right into your mouth.
Yes, they
Just
drop them out of
automatically
their
fed.
beaks into your mouth.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Brogoth. How do you feel the crafting is deep enough? Would you still have stuff to craft and discover after 12 hours of playing?
Probably.
We don't have any big
think
answers
so.
to that because most everybody only played for an hour or two.
I
If
played
you-
at the.
If you were literally working your ass off and playing like aggressively for 12 hours and you're not dead, I would be very surprised.
Well, yeah, you're still gonna have stuff to find. Yeah. There's still gonna be stuff you haven't discovered after 12 straight hours of playing, easily.
Okay.
You'd be hard pressed to, if you're really if you're not just buzzing around trying to prove a point, but actually trying to explore everything, there's no way you're gonna even discover the entire map within 12 hours.
Right. We got to reiterate that even though that this is not the actual size, the technical size of the map can be as big as the state of Connecticut.
It was either 45 or 65 kilometers.
65 kilometers square.
Yeah.
And they can hold up to 10,000 players. Now, they aren't going to have it where each server holds 10,000 players, but it technically can because they're using the PlanetSide 2 engines.
Yep.
All right, next question is from Hisoka. What's everyone's opinion on the airdrops, whatever it's called, that's going to be in the game? This is a great question, Hisoka. It actually directly relates to us, who are all streamers. So they have in the past talked about that they wanted to have some sort of monetizational thing for streamers where we could pay for airdrops. And that might still happen. We don't know for sure, but it's an idea. What do you guys think about dropping in supplies like one of the people who are watching our stream pays for an airdrop?
All depends
I-
on whether or not other people can get it.
Yeah,
Um,
I am okay with, let's say there were random airdrops that just came. That'd be cool. But as a monetization strategy, I was pretty concerned about that. They're pretty firm that it's not pay to win, and they think that you'll be able to do it some other way, not just with station cash. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I think it's awesome. I think the whole, hey guys, I'd really like an airdrop so I can, get you some more awesome PvP kills. Somebody just pops down an airdrop. And of course, I don't think it's going to be for just you. I think everyone's also going to be able to
Right,
go
because
towards
when
it.
the airdrop comes down, everybody's going to run at it. That makes
Oh,
for
yeah.
a very tense situation anyway.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be even more fun because then you're going to have to compete. And there's a chance that you won't get it, chance that you will. I think it's going to be exciting.
I think that if they make it in a way that you can't buy it for yourself, and if there is a huge disclaimer saying that it's not going to be dropped on your head, that anybody can get it, then that could probably be fine. Otherwise, the concern that I have is like you think that's awesome, Sap, but you're also the type of person, and this is not a bad thing, who's going to wait for that airdrop for someone else. You're not going to spend $5-10 for an airdrop. You're going to let some other sucker take care of that. So for the people who are going to spend $5-10, they're going to fucking rage quit when someone snipes them after they deposit their $10 and don't get what they think is their purchase.
That's true. Yeah, I get that.
The airdrops are too random because anybody could get them.
Well, I
see
mean,
what you're saying.
yeah, you got to
Right.
go into it. No, they got to make it clear that the airdrop, there is the chance that you're not going to get it. But then again, I would buy the airdrop simply to create PvP close to me. Like, everyone's going to see that. Everyone's going to, cycle towards that. I think that's going to... I'd be definitely down to, drop $10 here or there to, ramp up the excitement.
Yeah, H1Z1 Jane says, is this really the Hunger Games? It's exactly the model from the Hunger Games. We
Yeah,
have benefactors that are watching that want to see us succeed, and they are going to help us succeed by dropping in stuff like that.
Yeah, Dave's just confirmed it's a random location within a certain distance. It's definitely not just dropped on you.
Which
So
is
it's only
better.
within an area.
That's better. I get concerned though because thinking from my perspective, if I want to spend, depending on how much it costs, if I want to spend my money, I'm gonna be salty if that just gets basically ganked
Or picked up
I
by
think
somebody
that-
else.
I think that to your casual player, people are going to be fucking pissed and do it once and never do it again if it goes bad.
Yeah.
I agree
think
with
that
Chieftain. You should not have to pay to ramp up excitement.
Well,
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree
that's
with.
true. Well, then they did.
Yeah.
They also said that there's. Well, I don't know actually if they said that or not, but I believe there's going to be. You won't only be able to get airdrops by paying, but like on a random timer too.
Yeah.
Or you'll be
fine.
able to set a timer.
Like in 7 Days to Die, they do that, and I think that's good. But other problems too is like, oh, people want to support you. That's also how you get stream sniped. People are going to be like, okay, I'm gonna spend a few bucks.
Yeah.
To make sure that this person is in this area.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a great idea.
I see. The more even I think about it, I think it's got more problems than to make that a monetization
It is just an
thing.
idea that they can't kind of thought out. I don't know if it's actually going to play out that way, but there is going to be some real issues with stream sniping, and the only thing I could recommend, Tangent, is just have an army with you. Like wherever you're going to go, if you're streaming, have at least 3 or 4 other people that are going to have your back, because it's going to be the case. There's not going to be solo playing streaming. You're going to get killed.
Right. You have to keep in mind though that when I'm very rarely when I'm talking about these points of view, am I factoring in myself as the streamer.
Oh, okay.
I'm usually trying to put myself in the shoes of the casual person who's like, oh, an airdrop, $10, $15, okay, click, that's fine. Oh, wait, experience fucking ruined, I'm mad, I quit. Things like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's funny.
yeah.
All right, well, it's good. I mean, this is all discourse for the game, and I think hopefully the devs they do watch this show, so they can hear our opinion about it, whether it's worth anything or not. So, question from Tanshin asks, will they be putting any plans to put in TrackIR Oculus support? I don't know about Oculus because it is a Sony product, and they'll probably be supporting the other thing.
Yeah, basically, is there VR support for this?
TrackIR, why not? Right? That would be fucking kick-ass, because then you could really look around and like watch your back, because you can do it in DayZ. I've done it before. Yeah, TrackIR works in DayZ.
I'm not really on the VR wagon. I mean, I think it would be cool, but I'm not really like hedging any bets on it or anything.
I'm on the why not wagon. Even if I
don't
don't use it, why not have that cool feature for someone else to experience?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm indifferent as to whether or not they support it or not. If they do, fantastic. If they don't, doesn't bother me, because I won't be ever using either of them. So,
I mean, let's face it. If Sony wants to sell their VR unit, they got to have games that are use it.
sure,
So-
why not? Why not?
Arundel says, if all you guys got enough viewers to cover your 6, people will rage quit no matter what Sony does. SOE could go full Oprah with an hourly airdrop for everyone saying, someone stole my totally free airdrop. All right, see you later, H1Z. See you, Legion. Thanks for stopping by.
Dude,
We still got another half hour to go, so
Thanks, Legion.
it'll be on YouTube. You can check
Thanks,
it out
mate.
later if you wanted to. Thanks for coming by.
Give big hugs and kisses to Clegg.
Yeah, give Clegg a big tongue kiss from Stockus.
Yeah, make sure you have a big spoonful of Vegemite in your mouth when you do it, though.
Lovely.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
next up is Arctic TV says, do you think zombies will be a true threat that people will team up against, or just an annoying enemy to clear out?
annoying enemy to clear out currently.
Well, yeah, let's
No,
check out
no,
Mike,
no,
because
no.
yeah, what do you got? What do you got, Mike?
Zombies are a serious threat. So much that you do want to. You can't just ignore them. You really can't.
Last
you
of
gotta
Us
take
style?
care of them.
Last of Us style?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But like, it's I'm thinking from like the PvP mentality. People are going to be more about like not caring about the zombie when there's players around. I think I don't see people uniting to fight zombies.
Here's the thing. They'll think like that at the beginning. Then when a zombie causes like a horde to gather and then smashes their face in, they'll start thinking differently. Those zombies, first off, they hurt. I mean, even if you can combo them in like 2 hits to kill them, but they'll still hit you regardless. So you're still going to be taking damage regardless. You always got to watch your health.
Mm-hmm.
Then, not only that, but the zombies call other zombies in the area. I don't know where they come from, but 30 seconds later, there's like 5, 10, 15 zombies around me when there was like 2 a minute ago. It's crazy. They are a serious threat.
What'd you guys say? Skyla and Toby, you played. What do you think?
Well, facing them one-on-one is fine, but when you got like 3 or more, you gotta run. Like, you can't fight that. You've
Don't
gotta
they,
run.
It's great.
Don't they start build? I mean, you'll start off with just one, thinking, okay, here's just one, I can kill him. And before you know it, like 3 or 4 have walked in because they see the action going on. They have that heat map thing.
It's annoying.
No, it's great. It's really fun.
It's annoying, but if you have more players, it's fine. So it's like, do I take these people and split the loot, or do I try it myself? You know, I'm still in 2 minds about it, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough. All right, next question from Cineru. Where do you get the string for the bow and other things you could use instead of the string? Well, in real life, if you really want to know, in real life, you could gut an animal, and you can make out of the gut. You can take the intestines and make it into a string.
Stockus does it every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has no intestines left.
Yeah. I find small rodents and gut them and create little mini crossbows to practice.
Office crossbows. He makes a killing selling them.
Indeed.
All right. Next question from Freelancer. Is there anything you do not want to see in the game?
Broken shit.
Pay to win.
Yeah, the selling of what is that? What is happening?
That's a cat tail.
What? Just the tail? No actual
Well, you got to
cat.
see the magic that was, because Tangent was leaning way back, and that cat tail just happened on its own.
Hey, Momo.
It's a Momo.
Right.
Let's see Momo.
You've called us out.
Let's see Momo.
This is Momo.
Hi. He's so sweet.
It looks like he's staring into your soul and sucking your soul out when you look at
This is
him.
Momo.
Oh, look
Momo's
at it.
nose is backwards.
Good news, though. We found someone who's, a good hospital that's going to do her surgery for a quarter of the cost of the other one.
Yay.
Yeah, good.
So that's good.
Great to hear, dude.
Fundraiser at Tangent's house. That's awesome.
The Momo fun.
Okay. So
what are we talking about?
Anything we do not want to see in the game. I said pay to win. What do you guys say?
Oh yeah, definitely being
Pay to
able
win.
to purchase statted weapons and
Any kind
armor
of
and
gear.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, cosmetic fine, statted stuff is definitely a no.
Yeah.
What about stuff that's not statted but is still a convenience item, like a food?
No.
Oh, no.
No, I'm not in for that.
Okay.
Nope. I don't want to see a world and an environment that isn't trying to kill you every second that you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't want to see. The minute I get into that world, I want to feel like my life is in danger, whether it's from the elements, whether it's from the zombies, whether it's from starvation, whether it's from other players. I just want to feel constantly on edge and under
All the
threat.
time. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All the time.
Which is the way I felt when I first started playing DayZ, which is, I think, why a lot of people stick with it, because they get that rush of, around every corner I could get murdered. But after you've played it a long enough time, you feel pretty much invincible. You're just like, well, somebody please murder me. I'm bored out of my face. Tangent, what did you say that you did not want to see in the game?
I mean, I'm on the fence about pay to win or not, because I'm going to be the bad guy.
No, go for it.
I'm concerned about it for the health of the game, but I'm totally okay with the process being sped up for a few bucks for some things, for crafting or things like that. So I mean, I'm a scumbag when it comes to that. I'm the first person to buy the EXP enhancer and whatnot, so I'm okay with that stuff, I suppose. I don't want people to be pay $5 to have an AK-47. I think that's something that I really don't want to see. I don't want to see things that trivialize other things. It's hard to describe, but I really hate it when certain people are like, okay, there's absolutely no, in 7 Days to Die, there's no reason to have the rifles, because the single shot rifles, because they are loud, they have recoil, and they're not as strong as the silent, deadly, same range crossbow.
Right.
Basically, I want to see that enough balance for that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, Brandon. Sorry.
Oh.
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead, Sat.
Okay. The one thing I don't want to see is something that will, no matter how much I don't want to see, it will always persist. Is those assholes that just chase you down just to make your life miserable. And I would love to see. I don't know if it's even possible, but a way to prevent that, like an asshole-free server for Twitch streamers. Which I did speak with Steve. And he said they were looking into a way to make Twitch servers that didn't have stuff like that or had support for something like that.
How are you going to stop it? Seriously.
Yeah, I don't know.
Think about somebody who really hates you, Satellizer, because you're a poser and you don't really play H1Z1 all the time. Just like jumped on the bandwagon last week, right?
Just wear the clothes.
You just wear the clothes. So you're not a real streamer, and I hate your guts. I want to come and hunt you down. I'm going to hunt you.
Whoop.
Okay, but you say, okay, and I hunt you down to the PvP server over and over again, PvP server over and over again. And you're like, fuck it. I'm going to go over to the PvE server. At least they can't kill me over there. And over there, we figured out ways to run zombies into your hut. You're sitting there in your hut, in your underwear, trying to stay safe, and all of a sudden 400 zombies are outside your hut. So how are you ever really going to stop people from harassing you on a stream?
Surround myself with bigger, scarier people.
More obnoxious overlays.
Yeah.
Turn your playthrough into a podcast.
Have my face cam bigger than my game. Game is like 30%. Face cam is like 70%.
The game's in the corner in a little tiny window.
Yep. Exactly.
XSplit sees a rise in sales as people need the scene swapping abilities to go from full face mode to brief moments of no face mode to show you griefing another player.
I'll just narrate my gameplay with the full face cam. If you guys could see this right now, I'm building a hut.
I actually thought of how funny that would be.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
I wish you could see it. It's glorious.
He's eating the Jaffas!
Dobrin has busted out the Jaffas. He must be falling asleep. It is like 1 in the morning over there, isn't it?
Casual.
I'm just on a 17-hour flight, so woo!
You're doing fine. You're still on America time. All right, Tobrin. What, real quick, before you fall asleep, what don't you want to see?
I don't want to see a way to not be able to grief players. Now, you're probably thinking, whoa, hold on. But if you can lay down a trap, how hysterical would that be to just see it happen? How would the situation play out? Things like that I want to see happen. And I think, oh, well, you're an asshole. That's a given, okay? But I just want to see it happen. I want to see it happen. Even if it just gets taken out, fine. I just want to see how it happens, though.
Yeah. Good idea. All right, let's scoot through these. All right. Next question from H1Z1 Jane. Who the heck is that making airdrops? The fact that people are able to pay for them, is that pay to win or just pay to get more content for everyone since anyone can take it?
Pay to win.
You think it's pay to win? I mean, what's in it? I mean, it could
you could just kill them.
Vegetables.
Okay. So, I've heard ideas passed around that possible crate drops, your typical loot like guns and armor and whatnot, possible is like vehicle drops, like a Jeep or something, or get this, a crate with zombies in it.
Nice.
All right? So everyone's charging in to get the loot, and then they're charging away because all the zombies are chasing them. I think that would be awesome.
That's an epic idea. I think that that would go again. Well, the way they've been painting H1Z1 is they're trying to make it an incredibly serious sounding game, I think.
Yeah.
So I think the zombie thing would be amazing, but I think that would go against their suspension of disbelief.
Well, yeah, but then there's the other point where imagine if you're new to the game and whatnot, and you see an airdrop, and you go, that's cool, let's go over there, and then these zombies come and murder you. You're never gonna trust airdrops again.
Right.
Actually, how about this? Rather than just the idea that for whatever reason someone's dropping zombies, what if randomly the airdrop plane crashes because somebody turned mid-flight?
Ooh.
And then
drops off course.
Right. So where the drop would be just suddenly just careens down and nosedives and smashes, which then provides loot, but also has really dangerous zombies there.
I like that.
Dave Z1, one of the devs, says, what makes you think airdrops won't attract zombies anyway?
That's true.
Well, now you got players, zombies. Go ahead.
Well, they're silent until they hit the ground.
Well, no, the plane going.
Well, all those players running, through the woods, not even paying attention to the surroundings. Zombies are probably chasing everyone.
Well,
It's all going to be a big mashup.
I thought maybe instead of a big container dropping down and then someone opens it up and it's surprise zombie, maybe whatever's in that crate is so attractive to the zombies that are in the area that it just creates like this massive, on the heat map, this massive heat bloom that the zombies just can't resist. So not only are you maybe rushing to get what's in there, and it could be really useful to you, but at the same time, every zombie in that same radius is also going towards it because whether it's making noise or it attracts them by smell or something like that. So you are kind of still getting those zombies that are going to be there that might not have been earlier, but it's not breaking the law by just dropping a big container of, clown zombies coming out of a little container.
Is that one zombie that just really wants that baseball cap? So he's going to drive in there. You're going to have zombies fighting for the loot.
The crate of baby dolls with the crowd, the soundtrack.
Yeah, maybe it's a shipment of those
baby bombs,
those crying baby bombs.
Yeah,
but when it lands, one or two of them go off, and then all of a sudden, all the zombies come up.
Oh God!
Why did Dave Z1 just say my name? Say my name. Say my name.
But then it makes you think: why would they be dropping a crate of baby dolls?
Well, because for you
who's
going
to benefit from that?
Well, no, they're good. The baby bombs are really good for distracting them. Yeah.
They're a zombie lure.
You throw it in the middle of a town, and then they all rush at it, and then it leaves the store open for you to go into.
Yeah.
They're gonna name the pilot after you, Domo.
Oh, I see. That's a good idea. Yeah. Joe Geekdomo the pilot. All right, moving on.
Beard.
And with the beard. Jane wants to know who's making the airdrops. They did say that there was a couple military places still alive that were trying to help out. All right, Chieftain asks, is it possible to find hidden areas of the map, build a base away from people? Yes. And it's probably the best idea to do anyway.
Yes.
It would be pretty cool if they had like game master events. Like what if they had since there is an active military somewhere, which we'll never see, what if they actually had the devs be the military and they basically are sent to quarantine / eliminate everything in this 1 mile block
with the fuel air explosive
or just ground troops or something.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something that a plane crashed somewhere and they need to retrieve it and they'll kill players and zombies alike if they're there.
It's a good idea.
I don't know.
That'd be fun.
All right, next question from Drogoth. Have you heard any community features that will be present in H1Z1 since they will it would import features straight from PS2? They did talk about the community features. It was one of the things I took down here on my notes. And they will have things like guilds and stuff, but not necessarily with a tag over your head. But you might be able to get a T-shirt in the store with your guild logo on it and wear it around something.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Now,
but
could I potentially kill a guy with with their logo, wear their logo, take a 6-month undercover operation to become friends, make my way up to the top, and slowly take it over or something? I don't know.
Please.
Now we know what you're doing. Got it.
Please do. All my want. All my want.
All right, next question from Deliwops. If you're in a group, can you kill your group member?
Yep.
There is friendly
There
fire.
aren't any. Yeah, there's definitely friendly fire on the main rule set.
Okay.
Ta-da!
That dude asks, will airdrops have only cosmetic items? We don't know yet. What do you think?
No?
I think they could be there, but not only. I don't think it's going to be exclusively cosmetic.
I'm wondering if the cosmetic items are going to be really mundane or outrageous.
Lipstick.
Well,
I'm talking about
I'd pay $10 for blush.
King crown, medieval barbarian outfit, or
yes,
jester's hat, or
zombie Viking.
Well, there is somebody just brought up a question, and I'll skip to right now. It says, will players be able to craft their own clothing like a bear suit and a ghillie suit? Maybe not the bear suit, but imagine a ghillie suit in the store. I mean, that is a definite advantage.
Oh yeah,
that would be huge.
Unless it's like DayZ, where you can turn the scale all the way down and see through the grass or something.
I'm I'm pretty sure someone brought up that exact question when we had Jimmy on the stream a while ago. And Jimmy sort of said, I mean, obviously he could only go on what he knew at that time, but he sort of guided towards that something like that would definitely give you an actual advantage in game, therefore it wouldn't be purchasable, but something like a ghillie suit may be craftable in game. So you may be able to have a ghillie suit, but he doubted you'd ever actually be able to pay and get one. So that may have changed since he was last on, but at that time that was their sort of standpoint on that kind of situation.
All right. Can I pay to make the loot plane crash?
That'd be
Maybe.
Maybe I don't. Think
Yeah, like somebody drops $10 to bring it to you, another person drops $10 to sabotage it. Giant bidding war.
Okay, next question from Arctic TV says, do you guys think the player interaction will be like DayZ, where people can become friends and have communities, or like Infestation, where no matter who you are, you'll get murdered on sight?
Both.
I have yet to find very friendly people on DayZ.
Yeah.
The majority are just, hey, how's it going? Shoot you in the face. And then he just like teabags my corpse.
Well,
And he lets me know I'm teabagging your corpse. Ah.
with every new broken zombie game that comes out, though, it almost seems, and this is a trend that I've noticed. I've noticed this from like in MOBAs and in survival horror games. Whenever there's a new one that comes out, it's like the community from the larger, more veteran games come in for like a week or two to just shit on everybody and make new people hate the game and not want to play it. So I think that in the early time of the game, yeah, you're probably going to see nothing but PvP because people are going to try and
I don't know if it's
that
as organized as you're making it sound, but there will be, like, Satelizer, you're a moderately sized streamer. You know, all of us are moderately sized streamers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know that Elohim, all these guys that are big, Waffles, people that don't normally even play these kind of games are going to jump on this, and there's going to be this huge influx of people that are just going to just jump on this game, even when it comes out early access, because it's going to be $20. Everyone's going to pay the $20 and jump right in. So after the first couple of weeks, though, they're going to move on to the next new game that comes out, and then the dregs will be left over for us. And I'm thinking it'll probably sort of mellow out. You're probably right in the very beginning, Tangent. It's just going to be a kill 'em all fest in the very beginning.
Right. I'm not saying it's going to be organized, but just every early access game I've ever played, if there's a general chat or if there's something like with PvP in it, it's usually about this game is better than this game. And it's just, I'm going to just fucking kill you and do whatever.
So, is it going to be the new WoW killer?
Yeah,
New WoW.
It is a WoW clone.
Elder Scrolls Online, first MMO ever.
Yeah.
And someone mentions Alienware and the whole chat just goes to shit.
God.
Okay, next question. Will the game have random events like crash sites for planes and cars where you might find loot, but reaped zombies and or super zombies around it? I don't think there's not going to be any super zombies.
The super zombies, no.
Yeah.
But random events would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
What I'd like to see in terms of random events is like a convoy of NPCs trying to deliver supplies, and then they get stopped by a horde of zombies. And you can watch it. You can either save them or kill them and loot their stuff. Something like that. Mm-hmm. Or would that be too crazy in survival?
That'd be kind of fun.
No.
Is there any word on whether or not there will be any form of aircraft or boatcraft?
Yeah, they did say, they told me on brunch down the line they'd like to make planes, flyable planes.
Well, I don't want to see a big flyable plane. I want to see a Learjet or something, but I'd like to see like an ultralight, something you could technically build. That would be good. All right.
And when the map gets potentially bigger, you're going to need something like that as well.
All right, next question. What do you think of radio communications where you actually have to put a few parts and pieces together at a broken radio tower in order to contact a military base for help? Any thoughts on things like that, opening communications for help and stuff?
I'd rather have that for the airdrops.
That's a great idea.
I was just going to say.
Then you call in your own airdrop. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I mean, if that's like an NPC functionality. Something I've always thought would be cool, but I know would never work just because of the TeamSpeak and raid call, would be just having proximity chat or actually having radios that matter.
There is proximity chat.
With someone.
You can
I know
Radios
that.
would
I know
be
that.
so cool.
But proximity chat is only relevant to people who are not in your group, which is useful. But there's no reason for them to at all ever implement a walkie-talkie that actually works, for example, and to be an awesome communication tool.
That would be definitely
Just because of like Raid Call and TeamSpeak and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
like if I think really cool to touch on that walkie-talkie. Just a cool element of that would be if you're trying to secretly sneak up on the guy and then your walkie-talkie goes off because your buddy's trying to figure out where you are and your whole cover's blown. I think that'd be really fun.
Or
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Or you sneak up to the guy.
Out.
You sneak up to the guy, hide the walkie-talkie in a bin right next to him, then run off and get
Yes.
someone to call it, and then all of a sudden the zombies come and get
Oh
him.
God, yes. Or like
That's good. I like
disguise
that.
your location with walkie-talkie. There's just so many cool elements.
Mm-hmm.
Birds. Okay, question from Assassin Man. Do the zombies chase you based on sound, distance, or sight, etc.? They have something that's called heat map. And any you guys want to describe how it works? All right. So basically, heat map, the way it works is if you're in an area by yourself, you're standing next to a tree, you're putting out very little heat. Okay? Heat meaning like, think of the movie Predator, sort of like, imagine sort of like a sort of bright spot that the zombies can sort of see. Now, say you're just standing next to a tree, you're putting out almost no heat at all. Not generally like how much your body heat's putting out, but how much activity you're doing. Now, you start running across the field, going to another place, your heat signature will go up, and the zombies might be more attracted to you. Soon as, let's say a zombie starts going after you. Now there's 2 heat signatures there, including the zombie. Another third zombie will see those 2 heat signatures and go, ooh, something exciting's going on over there, let me go after that. And they'll start coming in. So pretty soon the heat map starts building up, and before you know it, you're fighting off 5-10 zombies. And how that all started building up and escalating is from the heat sort of growing, and pretty soon all the zombies want to come to where it's hot. So that's why we keep referring to the heat map for that. And you guys got to see it firsthand, right? Like you would start off with 1 or 2 zombies and it just got out of hand.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Oh yeah.
It's really fun.
All right. Question from Madman Moose. Aggro range, will they reset or stop chasing you and run too far away? Now, you guys totally have to answer this one, because, I don't know. They do stop.
Oh yeah, well here's how it works. Either you run far enough, because they'll slowly, distance will be created and you run out of their viewpoint or their sight, or you get far enough and then you hide behind a car or something and they lose, line of sight of you, then they'll give up the chase as well.
Okay.
The trick is remembering to crouch behind the car, because it doesn't really work if you're standing behind like the trunk and they can still
They can
see
see your
upper
head
body.
and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. What do you think the best way... I'm sorry, no, this is from Cineru. Matter of fact, I skipped one. Beta Magenta. Will you be able to build underground like an air raid shelter or bomb shelter? I think you can build underground, but I don't think you can dig like in Landmark, if that's what you're asking.
Yep.
Yeah,
No
you can't
voxels.
do that.
No
Nope.
voxels.
Complicated
No.
tunnel system.
So, yeah, unless the structure already exists and you just want to fortify that, you won't be able to create your own. You'd have to use an existing structure that was, if there was one.
Okay. Next question from Tanshin is, what do you think the best way to combat making game open PvP arena? What do you think would be the best way to combat making the game just an open PvP arena?
Kind of is.
Kind of is, right?
It's hard.
Making the environment more of a threat.
Yeah,
Yep.
make it to where zombies and the environment is trying to kill you a lot more than the players
Really
are.
it. And they're doing a pretty good job of that.
I think another thing too would be making within reason resources available across the map. I mean, you don't want it to be like, oh, we're in this part of the map. We know this place fucking sucks. Let's head to Cherno.
Exactly.
You
We
don't
gotta go
want
to
it
the
to
air
just
base.
be that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that if they make the environment really harsh, but also have enough loot in the open world so that basically anybody can get a foothold, you're going to see less people that are just more inclined to kill somebody for their resources because, well, they probably have access to it as well.
All right, next question. Do you think you'll start with random clothes, or do you think everyone will have the same clothes, like 7 Days to Die or DayZ?
It's probably going to be that way.
It'll probably,
I
probably.
think it'll probably be.
Which is okay in a way because
standardized.
In early access, it'll be that way.
Yeah.
But the new
Well, I mean,
clothes
if
are
they-
good because I would see in DayZ I'd murder everybody, but if I saw somebody running by in like that short the t-shirt and the blue jeans, I usually just left them alone because they just got in the
Are
game.
you kidding me? You didn't like hit
I'd
them and be
kill
like,
them for his
welcome
shorts.
welcome to survival horror, bitch.
Yeah.
To, like leave them there and jade them early on so
No,
they
no.
learned.
I basically left them alone. As soon as they had any kind of weapon at all, like even if it was a stick, I'd murder them.
I'd slowly befriend them. Then when their trust was fully with me, I'd murder their face and whisper, "Trust no one, bitch.
Right?
No one's your ally."
That's no one.
At least I was nice for a little while.
Yeah.
I let you check
Enjoy
out the
it.
game.
See, I approach them with no pants on,
Mhm.
and
Oh.
I give
how you
them all
approach
my
everyone.
stuff. I give them all my stuff to earn their trust, and then a year later, when a new game opens up and they're fully trusting me, I shoot them in the back of the head. Oh, sorry.
He's
Sorry,
referring
Dahmer.
to me because a year ago we met on DayZ and I had just got murdered by a stream sniper,
Yes.
and
Yep.
so he helped me out by coming up to me with no pants on and giving me all of his stuff.
Yes. That's how I earn their trust. Look here, have all my stuff. Have all my stuff.
So wait, when are you going to sabotage him? Because it's been like a while now.
Well,
He's
Star
waiting.
Citizen is
The long game.
Revenge
Star
is a,
Citizen's a long way away.
yeah, revenge is a dish best served lukewarm.
No.
All right, a couple more questions. We got to get the hell out of here. All right.
Cool.
If a player just died, this is from Risk Pancakes. Think of a player just died by a zombie bite and his body was not shot in the head, can he turn and get to the player's stuff? You have to kill him as a zombie? Yes, there is a very real chance that you can get bit in this game and turn into a zombie, or you can just die and turn into a zombie as well. But you don't control the zombie. That's your character walking around dressed like you.
Yep.
Yeah, you're dead once you become a zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, all of you guys that played, you all got H1Z1 viruses. I was watching.
Oh yeah.
Which
Fortunately, the virus.
is, go ahead.
The virus didn't really, progress that fast. So it's not like, oh my god, I'm screwed now that I got the virus. No, you could keep an easy watch on it. It's not like it's going to be 0 to 100 in like an
Yeah,
hour
we'll
or
be
something.
fine.
It did go pretty quick though, and I think it was Ko was playing. By the time he was done, he had an hour he was playing. By the time he was done, he was like 20% infected.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if maybe he got bit twice and it gets increased or something.
There's a fair amount of antibiotics all over the place, so that's good.
Yeah. Okay, so you can find the antibiotics that kind of fixes it. That should be something that airdrops in, like antibiotics that fix the H1Z1 virus. That seems like a very RP, lore-specific type stuff that they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, one more question here from Frankie. Could players find a radio station and start a survival news show for walkie-talkie? I think so.
That would be cool.
That would be fantastic. I'd love to get on with sort of like I could put my mic on and turn the compression way up so it sounded very radio-like. You're listening to Survivor Radio. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, if people could find old radios and maybe use a little bit of stuff they find in the world
Build
to
a
repair
tower.
it, and then tune into different frequencies, and if they find the right one that you happen to be broadcasting on, you could. And if you think about it, then on a server-wide system, say there's our favorite player killer douchebag 69, and he's around there and he's killing everyone, and there's sort of a more friendly community going on, and they just tell one of the guys involved, oh, hey, by the way, I got shot by douchebag 69 down in the southeast corner of the map, and then you put out a, careful guys, because douchebag's at it again, watch yourself down in the southeast quadrant.
That could be like
cool.
the ultimate guild swag thing. It's like in Arcade, it's own a castle. In H1Z1, it's like be successful enough to have a radio tower functional that you own.
Yeah.
And basically that would work really well because from a censorship perspective, people could turn off the radio station. Maybe have like 10 available in the world. turn it off if you hear something you don't like.
Yep.
And basically just let people do that. I think that would be really cool.
I'd be
That'd
the
be
next
amazing.
Three Dog.
I would pay $10 for a radio antenna.
Yeah, it'd be
I would
good,
do
right?
that. I would pay to win for a radio like that.
All right, guys, let's go around the room real quick. Tell everybody where they can find us and get the hell out of here. First up, Mr. Stockus, go.
Yes, I'm Sergeant Stackers. You can find me joining your group and infiltrating your stuff and then stabbing you in the back when you're not looking. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter at Sergeant Stackers and on Twitch, Sergeant Stackers.
Great. Mr. Satellizer, go.
You can find me on those links there, twitter.com/satellizergames, twitch.tv/satellizergames. I stream a lot of survival games recently, waiting for some good RPGs to come out, also MMOs to come out as well, and really anything to come out. There's been a lull in games.
It's been a lull
honestly.
for the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'll be heading down first week of September to the SOE Studios to do another H1Z1 stream with the devs, which should be fun.
So that's when the release date is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Whoopsies.
All right. Mr. Tangent, go.
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/tangentgaming. That's Team Tangent on Twitter and Tangent Games on YouTube. Here are some links for you fine people.
Nice. Excellent. Thank you. Mr. Tobran, thank you for being here
Hi.
from Scotland.
Yes, it's
Poor guy. He's been traveling and he's like really. I wrote to him like, "Hey, you busy right now?" He's like, "No," and I just dragged him in the call for a 2-hour podcast.
yep. Ooh, podcast.
Thank you, Tobran.
You're welcome. You can find me on Twitter at Tobran Irnwood, YouTube at Tobran Irnwood, and Twitch at Tobran Irnwood. So go to all those places and hit the follow and the other buttons that I can't remember. I'm too tired. It's been a long day.
It's okay.
No, go to bed.
Thanks, Tobran. And Skyla.
I am Skylatron on Twitch and Twitter, and I play games.
And she's getting her
And
voice back.
normally I don't sound like this. Sorry.
Yeah, he was doing bad things.
Giggity.
Thank you so much, Dave Z1, 1Z1 for coming. Thanks, H1Z1 for being here, and all the other devs that were lurking. I saw you. Thanks for being here tonight. This will be up on YouTube as soon as possible, and you guys can check it out later. It'll also be here as a VOD, because we don't play music. Oh, Dave1Z1, at Dave1Z1 on Twitter. So follow him over there. Thanks, everybody. And we're going to be hosting Mecha Gaming, who is part of our Bearded Warriors streaming team, and she is playing Dead Island. So it's going to be
Get
great.
it, Mega.
She's got 5 people watching, and we're just going to go raid
Oh,
her
that should be
face.
good.
Yeah, isn't that good? It's so much fun to do that. All right, we'll see you guys later. Thanks, everybody. Good night, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Penis.
No, don't say penis. So we're still on the air.
So we should say penis a lot then.
Yeah.
Petri
Oh,
dick.
penis.
We play the